Have you ever stopped to wonder what money really is and why it holds such a power over our lives? It's a question that many of us rarely ponder on, but the answer is more profound than you might think. Money, in its simplest form, is a tool. It's a medium of exchange that allows us to trade goods and services efficiently. Think about it, without money we'd be stuck in a cumbersome barter system, where we'd have to find someone who has what we want and wants what we have. That's not exactly convenient, is it? But money is more than just a facilitator of trade. It's also a unit of account. This means it provides a standard measure for the value of goods and services. Whether you're buying a cup of coffee or trading stocks, it's money that allows you to determine the value of what you're getting in comparison to what you're giving up. Additionally, money serves as a store of value. It allows us to save and accumulate wealth over time. When you stash away those dollar bills in your piggy bank, you're preserving your purchasing power for future use. Now let's take a brief journey through the history of money. Our ancestors, as you might imagine, started with the barter system, but as societies grew more complex, they needed a more efficient method. Enter metallic coins made of gold and silver. These were durable, portable, and had intrinsic value. However, carrying around heavy coins was still cumbersome, leading to the development of paper money, a representation of the precious metals stored elsewhere. Fast forward to today, and we have digital currencies, where money is simply a string of code in a computer network. In this evolution, we see a shift from money having intrinsic value, like gold and silver, to it being a symbol of trust. We trust that the piece of paper or the digital code we hold can be exchanged for goods and services. So, essentially, money is a social and economic construct that we've collectively agreed to place value in. It's a fascinating enigma, one that has shaped and continues to shape human civilization in profound ways. Now that we understand what money is, let's delve into how it works. In our complex financial universe, the heart of money creation and regulation lies with financial institutions and central banks. These entities are like the puppeteers, pulling the strings that control the flow and value of money. Let's first talk about financial institutions. Banks, in particular, play a pivotal role in money creation through what's known as the fractional reserve banking system. This system allows banks to lend out more money than they actually hold in reserves. Sounds strange, doesn't it? Here's how it works. When you deposit $100 into your bank account, the bank doesn't just sit on that money. Instead, it keeps a small fraction of it in reserve and lends out the rest. This loaned money eventually gets deposited back into the bank, and the process repeats, effectively multiplying the original deposit. Now, let's shift our focus to central banks. These institutions, like the Federal Reserve in the United States or the European Central Bank in Europe, have the power to regulate money supply and set interest rates. By adjusting these rates, central banks control how cheap or expensive it is to borrow money. This, in turn, influences spending and saving habits. If interest rates are low, people are more likely to borrow and spend money, stimulating the economy. Conversely, when interest rates are high, people are more likely to save, slowing economic growth. Central banks also play a crucial role in controlling inflation, the general increase in prices and fall in the purchasing value of money. By adjusting the money supply, they can either curb inflation or stimulate economic growth. In essence, the banking system controls the flow of money, impacting everything from inflation to economic growth. The dance between financial institutions and central banks keeps the financial world spinning, and understanding this dance is key to grasping the mechanics of money. But what if everyone was rich? Would money still hold its value? Let's delve into this thought-provoking question. On the surface, the idea of everyone being rich seems like a utopia. But let's dissect this further. If everyone were rich, that would mean an oversupply of money, and this is where we stumble upon a fundamental economic principle. Inflation. Inflation is when the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and subsequently, purchasing power is falling. To put it simply, when there's too much money chasing too few goods, the price of those goods increases. So, if everyone was rich, the value of money would decrease, because there would be more money than there are goods and services to spend it on. This brings us to another critical aspect of the economy: balance. An economy thrives when wealth is not concentrated in the hands of a few, but is instead distributed more evenly. This balance ensures that money retains its value as a medium of exchange, a store of value, and a unit of account. But what about the potential side effects of an economy where everyone is rich? Well, one major concern is the potential for inflation, as we've discussed. But there's also the risk of social inequality. If everyone is rich, then the value of wealth decreases, and social status may then be determined by other factors, like access to resources or control over production. Moreover, the concept of being rich becomes meaningless if everyone has the same wealth. Being rich implies having more wealth than others, and if everyone is rich, then no one is. So, while the idea of everyone being rich might seem appealing, it's not as simple as it initially appears. It's a paradox, a money paradox. Ultimately, if everyone was rich, money would lose its value. The real wealth lies in the goods and services that money can buy. So, how does one navigate this complex world of money and come out ahead? Well, the journey starts with financial literacy. It's essential to know the basics: how to budget, the importance of savings, and the magic of compounding interest. But that's just the beginning. In this fast-paced world, putting your money in a savings account and watching it grow at a snail's pace is not the most efficient way to build wealth. Investing in stocks, bonds, real estate, and other ventures can potentially yield higher returns. Diversifying your income streams is also a savvy move. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, as the saying goes. But perhaps the most exciting way to earn money in the modern world is through entrepreneurship and innovation. Find a problem, create a solution, and if you do it right, the money will follow. In the end, understanding money is key to earning it. And remember, wealth is not just about having money, it's about what you do with it.